Hello everyone. This lecture is about research in LIS context. Let's begin.
Okay, I don't know if you heard of that, but oftentimes we heard that there haven't any published works in our library science profession, which should be, it's expected to have like high quality research papers based on scientific and empirical study. It is also said that our profession lacks of a theory, but just too practical. Um, I believe and I think we have had some good researches that contributed to our profession, and I believe that the practical reports and essays those are published in our profession for the vital impacts to our profession as well. Although I've seen some progress papers published in our professions, sometimes I feel, oh, this isn't good paper, and just I feel sorry when I read a published paper that doesn't have any serious study. We call it as research to support their ideas, their arguments, just essays or just opinions. Um, Again, here we are talking about the research, okay, formal research papers, and you can certainly publish an essay in our professional journals, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Essays is good. Essays are good. Uh, just in our course, we are talking about the research papers, which which requires the conventional the process to prove the systematic investigation, not just opinion or the essays. Okay, so these are like the overview of the research in library science. So far, we had very bad critics from other disciplines. Um, we will talk about the theory later in our course, but I hope you can let's we can think about in a moment. Okay, what is theory? Theory is an explanation of behavior that makes logical sense. Um, in order to make a logical sense, there have been many tests, right, observations, and trials. Until it's attacked by some big social and scientific paradigm, it still remains the theory. Okay, like a truth. What is good example? Like it, the theory make sense. It just makes sense, and uh, um, uh, okay, I think you know what is a theory, right? Um, for instance, if you don't have a theory in a specific situation, like mm, okay, I don't know how what is good example, but without having the theory, you will get lost. You will get a lot of the mistake, and uh, like for instance, if you are having a home project, like to install a new countertop for your kitchen, if you have a theory about installing the countertop, you may have you must have a systematic order to install the countertop. But like me, I don't actually I don't have any idea about how to install, and I don't have any theory about that. Then I might have like ruined the countertops, right? I think our textbook provides a good explanation about the theory. I mean, the Lady and Ormond, the books, practical research, and we'll talk about the theory more. But in our library science, we are often heard that we don't have theoretical knowledge in our research. So the theory is consistent with research that it preceded and also negate or modifies previous research and explanation. So I think after all, the reason why we do research is to discover or establish a theory, truth, with which we can explain a certain phenomenon. Your research might be attempting to challenge to revise a previous theory or support the theory. In an empirical study, there might be a no theory to apply, and often researchers try to make a theoretical model which can be valuable or predictable to explain a certain phenomenon. Actually, my dissertation, when I did my dissertation, I didn't have the research. I mean the theory. So I had my theoretical model, and then I wanted to try make a model to which can be provide a prediction for a certain situation. Okay. So, what types of previous library research we do have? Most of our research was kind of description of a specific situations or simply just opinions. Rose and Worley state that there is a tendency among information professionals to write and publish in the how I done it good genre, a genre that is very situation specific. Okay, just opinions or the situation specific, not systematic investigation. Okay, I quoted from the text, Conway and Powell's textbook. Uh, they also did exactly quoted from previous research. I think the reason why I quoted is to make us think about how researchers uh, have reviewed about our previous library research, and I hope you can think about what might be done better and how you can improve and how you can apply to your research. Okay, so read what they talk about our previous research and apply to your own research, and so that we can have a better research. Um, the one researcher analyzed the topics in two library science journals between 1990s to 1999. College and Research Libraries and Journal of Academic Librarianship. Most the topic those topics were that topics dealt with uh, about collections, services, stepping, and internet. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. And mm, I, I I don't think those topics are on bad or uh, not in our context. Just the researcher provided the topics that research in our library science. It's very practical, right? Um, the researcher, the Bao, she or he didn't couldn't find the research patterns or trend in this analysis, but found out the internet technology had become a popular topic since 1994. Crawford also reviewed the same journals between 1996 to 97, and analyzed that more than 65% is in CNRL journal had quantitative empirical studies, whereas the JAR Journal of American Librarianship had quantitative empirical studies on less than 25%, and like 29.6 point of JAR dealt with how to model and issue discussions and project reports and other non-empirical papers. Compared to CNRL, that journal has only 14.3 percentage of non-empirical studies. I think the most research type of article is published in CNRL, and if you are interested looking for like a citation analysis, that would be a good area to look at how and what kind of a trend in our research in our library science, and also the trend and like the historical view you can find out from the content analysis with the citation analysis. That was very how can I say? One point I was very interested in analyzing content analysis and also citation analysis. Okay, so those areas that you can investigate it, what kind of a trend and topics are researched in our. So, what kind of limitations in our previous research? Again, these are quoted from our textbook, and to read about what are the limitations and shortcomings and the drawbacks, and what we have to do in the future. We have to change in the future. That I hope you can think about. A large proportion of librarianship's research has been uneven in quality and demonstrated. Maybe I think it's a mistake, right? Maybe wrong. Demonstrably weak and methodologically. So it means its quality is not good, and it means right, and a failure to ask the right questions and to establish a proper theoretical foundation for later research or application. Okay, sometimes when you read an article published paper, the question is very vague, and we are not sure what the exact the research question is, and also doesn't have like a proper theoretical foundation. It means it can be applicable to another research and also the later research. One other thing that we need to emphasize is the contribution to a new knowledge. That that There is a big what's good word, by doing a research, not only you can investigate to answer your research question, but it also will have or contribute to a new knowledge and or other studies. Um, that that part also a very important and I mean critical factor in research. Another researchers also said that much of the earlier literature of library science was too heavily based on opinion as opposed to investigation to be considered research, right? Okay, another one. Much of the research is LIS is episodic. Rarely do researchers build a continuing theory of a project so that their own work is a coherent whole, nor do they often build on one another's work. Right? It's the same statement that I just made it in previous screen. Okay, and uh, I think on my first week note, I mentioned that uh, it's like a series of projects that you need to investigate, and also it other researcher also can investigate the research what you have done before, and because when you're done for your the own research, you may ended up making another research question or another discussion. That's the natural way of research. But as this person critic, rarely do researchers build a continuing series of projects, and also nor do they often build on others' work. So to avoid this thing, you have to read your colleagues' papers. I mean, read your the published articles in our profession, and keep attention to the new knowledge and new findings. Um, Goodall reported that the surveys were being used for most studies, even though new and varied methodologies were demonstrated. Um, this is another uh, critics that we got a lot from other discipline. There are many methodology like mixed, like quantitative and qualitative, and also another like a case study, or as I said before, like like other methodologies, including content analysis or citation analysis, and there are many other methodologies. But often time in our library science, the most you can see often they've done the studies in the survey. Nothing wrong with the survey, just there aren't many studies to try other methodology. Um, Garrison noted that these are the shortcomings of previous library science research. Um, although although this researcher mentioned in 1980s is still valid to us, and is still uh, talking to us. So let's take a look. Um, what are the shortcomings of previous our library science research? Number one, researchers have not disseminated their research adequately. Okay, why do you publish your work? In order to disseminate your research and knowledge, right? You need to publish. Um, Number two, practitioners haven't kept up with research results that have been reported. Um, Again, we need to keep attention to what's new, uh, what are the new findings. Number three, the profession has been too content with non-research reports. Um, it's I think we covered before, just the situational and uh, the tendency about what we have done in good, not the systematic investigation, but just we've done these things. That's it. We cannot call it as research. Number four, the audiences for research journals have been too limited. Mm, I don't. I'm not agree with this right now, because I think you are all aware of our research journals, and you're reading the journals. Dissertations have seldom had any relationship to previous or subsequent research. I don't know, but the researcher should have looked for um, try to look for the previous aware of previous research, and needs to uh, address the subsequent research. The impact of reported research has been weakened due to poor bibliographic control and inadequate availability of copies. Mm, I don't I don't agree with this for now, right? Okay, it has changed since compared to 1980. Okay, here I'm not sure how to pronounce this researcher, Shauk Shaganisi. 1976. This researcher mentioned that of two primary marks of a profession is a service ideal and a body of theoretical knowledge. Okay, so we need to work for these two fundamental roles as information professional. We know, but we need to service. We have to service to our patron. But how about research? Right? You have to have research for the theoretical knowledge, which also can contribute to better service to our users. So when you do your service to our patron, those should be knowledge-based practice. Okay, I think this is very clear that why we do have this course, and why we need to read other researchers findings, and mm, I'm very happy to have these two basic fundamental our rules. Um, this is the competencies from ALA about the method research method class, which I also listed in on our syllabus. So on we need to meet our ALA competencies about methodology section, methodology class, that the primary competency is you need to have effective communication techniques, verbal and written. And after you finish this course, you have to have the fundamentals of a quantitative and qualitative research method. You will learn the central research findings and research literature of the field. You need to understand what is the research findings, how in order to understand that you need to interpret their result, and also you need to know about the research literature in our field. And the reason why we are studying methodology research method class, research method is you need to you should know the principles and method used to assess the actual and potential value of a new research. Okay, this is the ultimate goal why you are doing research. The principles and method used to assess the actual and potential value of a new research. Without assess your work and our previous the certain library work, we don't have the next step. We don't have like a plan to improve our plan, right? Okay.
Okay, this book was the I referred to this lecture note. I used to teach research methodology in our school, and I used this book a very long time ago. So hopefully, this lecture helped for you to understand how the research in LIS has been done and what we need to do more about to think about how to do research and how to approach to the research. Thank you.